the hydration inside of the unit. So this is for live floral arrangements. This is what is going to go on the trellis. So top left of the trellis, here we go. Hey guys, the wedding is less than 2 days away, and I have to have everything delivered and set up for Saturday, late morning, early afternoon. Right now, the roses have just arrived, so I am unpackaging the roses. I'm going to take you with me tomorrow to the wholesaler to pick up the flowers from the wholesaler, but the flowers came packaged like this. They're zip tied down. We found that Costco had the best pricing on the roses. So we purchased those, and right now I am taking them out of the boxes and the packaging and just getting them into some fresh water with the preservative, cutting the bottoms of them, and then also removing some of the damaged leaves that are on the outside. So the roses are getting checked in. Yesterday we took the pine tree down and got the garland made and have all the different bits and everything that we're going to need for the rest of the filler for using the pine tree. Tomorrow night I will, about 5 o'clock, go outside and start getting everything else I need, the magnolia, holly, euonymus, boxwood. I mean, whatever I can get my hands on in the yard, that's what's gonna get cut tomorrow to bring in, and then we're gonna start getting the trellis together tomorrow night, so very exciting stuff. So keep an eye on my stories and reels. I'm gonna walk us through this whole thing. I'm going to do my best to keep an eye out for every little step of the way and keep it recorded. So check it out, and yeah, it's go time. Time for a wedding. We are assembling the garland for the wedding for this weekend. This is going to be for the head table, so you can already see we've got a nice big batch here. And how we're doing this, we have the pine tree that's come down. We're taking longer branches and using those as our base to continue to extend the garland. So we put the long piece down, and you can see here, this is the last section that was zip tied all together. So I'm gonna put the longer piece here, okay? And I've got all of this that I can build out off of. And then I take another piece that's not as long, and I'm going to put that here to extend this section. Now I'm going to re-zip tie all three of these things together here, and then I still have this branch to continue to build off of. So you're zip tying essentially every 6 to 8 inches, unless you get bigger branches, which we may have some of those that are coming on. So then I'll take this section here, and we're using 12-inch zip ties, and we will just very tightly secure these together, and when you have them repeated over every 6 to 8 inches, they will allow you to get a good grip on this garland and keep it nice and tight. So you can see here, I can move this entire piece of garland that is all secured completely underneath. And you can see over here in this section, it's every few inches we're connecting and just building this whole piece out. So then this will get filled with magnolia and holly and euonymus and some roses and all kinds of really beautiful things to really fill out the head table of the wedding. Okay guys, the tree is down, the garland is created. Next step is figuring out what we're going to use to fill it with. So the bride wanted a red and white theme, more primarily red. So we have 100 red roses and 50 white roses, and the best pricing that we found was on Costco.com. So this is what the packaging looks like when it comes in from Costco. It's nice and secure in the box. I am taking it out of the packaging, cutting the bottoms of each of the roses, removing any of the leaves that are like about halfway down, and then I'm getting them in the water, the preservative water, and peeling away any of the damaged leaves that are on the outsides of the roses, and then getting just everybody a good solid drink before we have to start arranging them in the next parts. So next steps, we have to get to the wholesaler to get some of the things that we're getting from the wholesaler, and then we are going to have to get out into the yard and harvest the rest of everything that we're going to use to fill for this wedding. I am about to get started on the trellis. So there are the roses, I've got some pine back there, some winterberry, baby's breath, and arborvitae. And then from the yard tonight, I cut some Bracken's brown magnolia, and then some variegated and non-variegated euonymus. So, and then also a ton of holly, and some of the holly has berries on it, so that'll be perfect for tomorrow. So I'm going to start with the trellis pieces, and then get everything prepped to make the boutonnieres tonight also. So here we go. So first things first, we are going to soak our 27-inch raquette. This is plastic that has little holes in it that has floral foam, wet floral foam inside the bricks. Actually, well, it's one long brick. And so this I'm going to soak, and this will hold water so that we can use live flowers. So I'm going to simply just place the raquette into a bucket of water and just let it completely soak up on its own. And I don't want to force it down or force it to get wet because you don't want any air pockets. So you want it to very slowly soak. Okay, so I am going, but not too long. You don't want it to sit for a long time in there. So as soon as it's done soaking, I'll flip it over and then get the other side ready to go. Okay, so I'm about to create the trellis piece. I'm wearing my thick gloves because I'm going to have to get all of the pine needles out of the pine parts. And this is a pre-soaked raquette that is basically like this. This is what it looks like unwrapped. But you soak this in water, let it just gradually kind of descend into the water so you don't get any air pockets. It has a plastic tray on the bottom so it won't leak any water, but you let it soak really thoroughly. I usually let mine do like 4 or 5 minutes, and then this one is wrapped in plastic just to help keep the hydration inside of the unit. So this is for live floral arrangements. This is what is going to go on the trellis. So top left of the trellis, here we go. Okay, so I put in more arborvitae, took out a bunch of the magnolia so it's not so thick in there, and I had to add a couple roses. Put the pine in through the middle and on the outsides. This thing smells amazing. So tell me what you think about this. So you'd be walking, I have to cut this so it's a little far away from my body, but so you'd be walking like this. And we can also make any tweaks, like if you want to pull out just one thing, individual, we can definitely do that tomorrow too. Tweak it a little bit, but let me know what you think about this.